Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Back of the Pack here on the Backmarkers podcast, rated 5 stars on Apple Podcast by Puis Hamilton. They say very good. Thank you so much for the review, Puis, and we're glad to have you here with us. Anyways, today, ladies and gents, we are going back to a classic episode of the Backmarkers podcast. Obviously, last week we did a live stream and it was a pretty good time, but this week it wasn't the case because Zane was fully there, live and in stereo at Monza.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. I mean, my biggest regret was not doing a live for the Backmarkers podcast because last week was pretty lit. It was pretty lit with the live.
I had a lot of fun.
So yeah, they'll definitely be coming back, I'm sure. But yeah, I was there at Monza, saw the race. Didn't really get our money's worth considering it was the fastest Formula One race ever.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
less than an hour, 15 minutes. That's kind of crazy.
Literally. I mean, I was begging for no Formula One fan wants to see an incident, right? But every now and then, it would be nice just to get my money's worth. And I was praying for it, up until sort of Verstappen pitted, and I thought, okay, now we really cannot have a safety car. But yeah, good experience overall.
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask you, because you've been to Monza before, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about the fan experience at Monza?
Yeah, I mean, I've had two completely different experiences. This is actually some crazy Backmarkers lore as well, because when I went to Monza beforehand, you were also there as well.
I was also there. Right? We didn't know.
And we didn't know. We probably walked past each other and had no idea.
Yeah, there's a solid chance.
Together.
Then little did we know, 2 years later, we'll be sitting on Discord doing a podcast, which, by the way, I'm looking at my camera right now. Had to acknowledge the new drip. For the audio-only listeners, my friends hooked me up for my birthday with some sweet-ass custom flags. So we got the average F1 consumer one. We got the Backmarkers one. It's fucking pretty cool. And I must say so myself. We're going to try and get Zane one, though. Don't worry.
Yeah. But yeah, sort of why am I say customer experience as if I'm at work? The fan experience. Last time that I went, we had sort of the standard entry level tickets, right? €100. And we literally found ourselves in the middle of the woods. We had to fully find logs, okay? Because we couldn't see the track from where we were standing. We had to go to the nearby forest, right? Pick up some logs and literally just create a pile, we were a bunch of beavers sort of thing. And then once we were on the said logs, we still couldn't see that well anyway. And there was no sort of big screen that we could keep track of the race. We had to watch it on Sky Sports on our phone.
Where were you on the track when you were doing the logs?
You know where the start is. You got the first chicane,
yeah,
and then the long straight. Then along there,
the Curva Grande.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a very American Curva Grande. My fault.
And then this time I was at the end of the Parabolica, just as you come out of the Parabolica and begin the long
That's
straight.
A pretty sweet spot. Were you in the infield or the outfield?
Infield.
Nice, because there's those ring of seats, right, on the Parabolica.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that where you were?
Yeah. That's what we were. Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. Because is that shaded as well?
No, unfortunately not.
Bummer.
But yeah. That would have been nice, but I don't know. It was still cool. And the best thing that we had the big screen in front of us as well, so we could actually keep track of the race, which is a big plus. But the difference from the first to the second time we went, because this time we actually went to the fan zone and everything as well. We got the proper experience, because last time I went with my girlfriend's dad and her nephew, so we just went there, watched the race, went home. But this time I was with my girlfriend and her cousin and friend, whatever. So we was there. We spent the whole day there, and it was good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then the whole sort of invasion thing at the end, when you go onto the track, that was sick. Okay, but you have to really prepare. You have to leave your seats half an hour early if you want to get underneath the podium.
Really? I mean, I kind of figured that, I guess. The worst part for me being at Monza 2 years ago is I did have a big screen, but the commentary was in Italian, and I don't understand Italian. So I had no
Hmm.
clue what was going on other than what I could see on the screen, and the sun was hitting it and I couldn't really see what was going on. But realistically, I guess this is kind of a piece of advice from me to anyone who's thinking about going to a Formula 1 race or is planning on going to one in the future. Don't expect to know what's going on. Like,
Yeah,
compared to TV, you literally have no idea
you know nothing.
because you
Yeah,
just see them go by. You have no idea if half a second's been made up or anything like
yeah,
that.
exactly,
You're just there for the
exactly.
experience.
Yeah, and you don't really get any idea of the strategy either. Like, it's really hard to tell. I think like if you want the best viewing experience of Formula One, you've just got to watch it on your TV. I mean, to be fair, we was like this time round we had like if you have an American Express card, you can go to this like stand, and they'll basically like give you like this mini radio, and with this radio, right, you plug it in, whatever, and there's commentary in Italian and English. But the English one, it was like this guy with this like super thick Australian accent that I just I couldn't understand anyway. Um, but yeah, no, they've upped their game since to like broaden their horizons, I suppose.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, yeah.
So, anyways, let's get into the clowns and the crowns from Monza. And I think this is going to be a bit of an interesting clowns and crowns. So, would you like to go first? You want me to be the lead off hitter here?
You know what? You go first. You go first.
All right. Do you want me to do both, or do you want me to do you want to go back and forth?
Yeah, yeah. Let's do our crowns first, and then we can go on to our clowns.
All right. Yeah, my crown, easy pick here. Max Verstappen. Red Bull seems to flourish at low downforce tracks. And I mean, he was in a league of his own. And I liked it. Even like, I don't really care. I mean, McLaren's got the titles wrapped up, you know what I mean? So I at this point would like to see other people win races this season. And I was very happy for Max for once. It's been a long time coming since 2023 where I'm actually excited to see Max win a race. But I mean, he killed it. There's really not much else for me to say. It was not a flawless weekend, but a flawless Grand Prix from Max.
It's like we're going back to reality now. Seeing Max win, it's just I don't know. It seems like normal, like nature's coming back together. But yeah, I agree. I did like to see it. Just like a difference from a McLaren 1-2. I don't know how many of them I had left in me, to be honest with you. But I'm going to say my crown. I'm going to go different for you. I would say Verstappen, but I'm going to do a little shout out to Hamilton, right? Listen,
He earned it.
he literally looked. Yeah, I know. He looked like on when they do like the bus tour around like the track before they
Yeah,
actually
like
race.
the driver's parade.
Yeah, the driver's parade. That's the word that I'm looking for. He literally looked like a kid, okay, visiting the North Pole to see Santa, right? He was so happy. He was taking videos on his phone, right? Not even sort of like in
He was
portrait
going
mode, on landscape.
like
He was
Gen
landscape
X
filming
mode,
that shit.
like hitting all the the panoramics. That's hilarious.
He recorded everything, and I was so happy for him. I was thinking like, please God, like I swear to God, he's already got like a 5-place grid penalty. I don't want it to get any worse than that. And in the race, credits where credit's due, he did pretty good. He did some pretty good overtakes. For me, the best overtake of the weekend was Piastri's on Leclerc. That was pretty sick.
Yeah,
You know,
around
he
the
went, like,
first
around
Lesmo.
the
Yeah,
outside.
that was
Yeah,
insane.
that
That was
was sick.
cracked.
But Hamilton, yeah, he went into like beast mode for a little bit and just overtook all the midfielders, I suppose. But still, decent race. Decent race.
I've got a controversial clown here, and at the beginning of the season, I was big on this particular person being a flop. And then I kind of stopped because I was like, "Ooh, I don't want to get backlash." I'm doing it again. I'm back on not the hate wave, but the doubt wave of the one and only Kimi Antonelli. I put in my like my Discord, and we like had a Google sheet that like we had like world champion, constructors champion, most improved, like whatever. I put Kimi as like biggest flop, and he had a bad race in Monza. He put Alex Albon in the grass. He had a horrible start, and I mean, he's just not looking good. And I know the Mercedes is nowhere near where it needs to be right now, but Antonelli, the mistakes have been piling up. And at a track where F3 and well, I guess he skipped F3, but he's Italian. He's definitely had a lot of experience at Monza. For him to not only do this, but also last year, his first push lap, he just sends it into the wall. I don't want to sound like a D1 hater right now, but I have always been an advocate that Kimi Antonelli should have had another year in F2, and I think that's showing. That doesn't mean that he's not going to be better next year, but he's making a bit of a fool of himself in F1 right now.
Yeah, and I think like these mistakes just like almost like shows vulnerability more and more. You know what I mean? Like when he got that, what was it? He got the black and white flag this weekend. I was thinking like his confidence is already like fairly low in my opinion. Like we even saw when that one race where he like got out of the car and he was like crying basically. And I was thinking like shit like that it keeps on like piling up, and I'm just thinking like, how can he deal with that? You know what I mean? Like no one else is sort of like making these. I know he's a rookie, but like proper rookie mistakes. You know what I mean? Like almost to an extreme level. So I'm not gonna lie, I can low-key hear you out on this one. I'm not gonna battle too much for Kimi.
Thank you. I might get some slack for this take, but I mean, it's just it's one of those things. It's not like Bronny James. It's more like, do you know who Mikey Williams is?
No.
It's kind of a deep cut in the basketball world. He was like this kid, and when he was like 13, still in middle school, they were like, this kid's going first round. Like, he's going to be a top NBA player. And then when that happens, it's like, it just fizzles out. And now Mikey Williams is in jail, I think. But Kimi Antonelli is now in F1 jail because even Toto Wolff is now saying like, yeah, that wasn't good. He said like, I still like have faith in Kimi and I still believe in what he's gonna achieve in the future.
That, yeah.
But Toto, he's at the point where he's like, yeah, Kimi has been disappointing us. So
yeah,
long story.
Yeah.
Well, short statement elongated. Kimi Antonelli is my clown of the week.
Yeah. Fair enough. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I had a bit of a tough time thinking of a clown of the week because realistically, we didn't have that much going on. Like there wasn't that much. There wasn't too many sort of like errors or anyone that just had like a really shit race. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just couldn't think of anyone. So I've had to say the flipping McLaren front left tire mechanic.
Totally valid clown, by the way, because there's been multiple errors this season, just specifically from the front left.
I haven't been keeping track, but if that's the case, then yeah, valid shout, Zane.
It's completely valid shout.
Yeah, it's just sort of like mucked everything up a little bit and left us in this sort of McLaren team orders whirlwind, which, man, I don't even know what to think of it anymore. Like when the whole McLaren papaya rules, team orders, let Lando through, let Oscar through. I'm not gonna lie, man, I'm sick of it. I'm getting sick of it now. And I think this nicely opens up the first segment of these flipping McLaren team orders. So I'll let you explain sort of like more or less what happened to anyone that isn't well too clued up and your take on it.
In case you've been living under the largest rock in the world, with 6 or 7 laps to go in the Italian Grand Prix. Also, random side like topic. Have you seen there was a little demon running around at Monza. This little kid was running around the Mercedes garage telling everyone to say 6-7, and I thought that was really funny. Anyways.
Yeah, I did see that. That's pretty
so, 6 or 7 laps to go, and it's weird. I still haven't really. So they basically hit up Lando on the radio. They're like, "Yo, we still need to box. Like we've been on the mediums the whole race. Like let's jump to the softs." Which I could go on a tangent about the tires, but so Lando is still banking on a safety car here to maybe jump Max. So he's like, nah, let Oscar pit first because he wants a chance at a lucky safety car in the like 1 minute window where it would benefit him, which in my opinion is not the reward that is worth it for this risk. But so Oscar comes in first, clean pit, fucking really fast pit stop, actually, 1.9 seconds. And then next lap, and his Lando's engineer had assured him there would be no undercut, no threat of an undercut from Oscar. Lando comes in, 6-second pit stop, and he comes out a second and a half, maybe 2 seconds behind Oscar. So then he starts catching Oscar, which I think is something that people have massively overlooked. But point is, Lando did not say anything, but the McLaren pit wall made the executive decision to swap the cars, basically because they felt that Lando got a shit hand from the slow pit stop, and he was assured on the radio that there would be no undercut. So they felt it was only fair to switch the cars back. And when they told Oscar that they were going to do this, they brought up Hungary 2024 on the radio. So that's basically what happened. And a lot of people have had a lot of things to say about this debacle. And if you've seen my video on it, you know where I kind of lie. I think that since it happened this way in Hungary, because if you boil the two situations down, Hungary 2024 and Monza 2025 are very similar. Mistake from the team leads to the drivers accidentally swapping positions, so they swap them back. They did it in Hungary, and I think it's only fair that they also had done that in Monza. I don't like that they did it in the first place in Hungary. I wish that it had happened neither time, but I'd rather have it happen both times than one time and then not the other time. Because in my opinion, I feel like that would make it look a whole lot worse, because I actually was going to touch on this in the video that I made about this whole situation. If the roles were reversed and Oscar got the place back, do you think that the F1 community would have a different outlook and be much more positive about that decision from McLaren? Because I personally think that they would.
I don't think so. I think, like, in terms of sort of like outrage, if you want to use that word, sort of like the reaction of the F1 community, I think it would be fairly equal, because in my opinion, right, the sort of, if we've got like a balance and scale here right now, if you've got all the Lando sort of like, the Lando lovers, right?
Yes.
The proper Lando meat riders on one side. Okay?
Yes.
And then on the other side, you've got the Lando haters.
Yes.
Right. I think they're perfectly balanced. Like,
no, they are not. I mean, maybe I'm biased here. I feel like the Lando haters are far outweighing the Lando supporters.
Okay, if we're talking numerically, but then that one girl who went to hospital because Lando Norris kissed his girlfriend.
No, I'm not doing this little, let's make it all funny. I'm being serious right now. I genuinely think, and this might be just Lando fan delusion, that I've kept it bottled up for so long because I don't want to sound like one of those fucking fangirls. The Lando haters versus Lando, like, it's actually insane how much people hate Lando Norris. And that's why I'm saying that if the roles were reversed, there would still definitely be plenty of people that are like, this is fucking stupid. But there would be a lot more that would be like, that's fair. That's justified because it's Oscar instead of Lando, because Lando is genuinely he's the Man U of Formula One.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, agreed. I mean, I know your take on it, saying that it's like keeping it consistent, which, don't get me wrong, I get. But I'm not gonna, I find it a little bit ridiculous, okay? Because put it this way, you're in Abu Dhabi. It's like the last race of the season, the last few laps of the season, and you're telling me that, give the position back to Lando because we fucked up his pit stop. I'm not gonna lie, okay? If I was Oscar Piastri, and if I had all the grace and decorum in the world, okay, my radio message would consist of 2 words: fuck no, he's staying behind. And that's my personal opinion, right? That is literally what I do, okay? They messed up his pit stop. Hard luck. That's like, at the end of the day, they're still competing against each other. They're still competing against each other for the championship, right? No matter what, they're still going to finish 2nd and 3rd in this race, realistically, anyway. So it's not like they're, fighting for extra constructors' points.
Like, a 6-point swing is a pretty big deal, though, in a championship that's been defined by 5 and 6 point swings all season.
Yeah, but still, they're still competing against each other. Like Piastri would still prefer to have that lead on him. That's like saying, I don't know, let's say Alonso is up there in the top 3 and Aston Martin messed up his pit stop and then McLaren said to Piastri, "Oh Piastri, Alonso in the Aston Martin garage, they messed up his pit stop. Do you mind letting him pass to make it a bit fairer?" You know what I mean? They're still competitors.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. And people have loved to do the Abu Dhabi example. And I mean, if I had control of everything, I would have done it in Monza. And then I would have said, okay, you've both gotten a driver swap. Now we're done. And people will still say, well, the context is different. The championship, blah, 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 blah. That's fair.
Yeah.
And to that, I don't have much of a counter argument against that. I am just saying, it has been established that this is what McLaren wants to do when the team accidentally affects the position of the drivers. And if they want to keep doing that, then they can't switch it up. They need to just keep it the way it is, because I feel like people are looking way too deep into it, because this is a pretty niche situation that happens. If a mistake from the team switches the drivers and there's enough space to make a switch, that's a pretty unusual situation. I think since it's been established in Hungary that that's how they're going to do these things, I'd rather them keep doing it than go back and forth and be like, oh, well, blah, 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 because then it's favoritism. Yeah. I think it's a much better look for McLaren to be being made fun of for being stupid than being made fun of for blatant favoritism and like going back on their rules.
Yeah.
So
no.
The rules are stupid.
True. And I think like
I will say
that. But I suppose if that's how they want to manage their team, that's how they can manage their team, you know what I mean? Like if it was any other team and it happened, they'd just say like, "Oh, you messed up your pit stop, oh hard luck, drive faster." You know what I mean? Like if that's where McLaren wants to deal with stuff, then fair enough. They're not losing any points at the end of the day. And I suppose if you're the driver, you've almost got that sort of like safety net. So like if things do go wrong, like in this situation for Lando Norris, at least he's got sort of like the assurance, let's say, that he's not going to get too fucked over by it. And Piastri might say that and think, oh, that gives me the peace of mind that like if I was to have a shit pit stop and if I was to be in that situation, that they do the same thing. So I suppose if that's how they wanted to manage their team, so be it, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat, but I will acknowledge one more stupid fucking take that everyone's loving on Instagram. They think they're all fucking Dave Chappelle in the comment section being like, surprised Oscar didn't pull over in Zandvoort. That's been everywhere. I'm sure you've seen it as well. In all the comment sections, it's like, surprised Oscar didn't pull over in Zandvoort because that's what we're doing now. I mean, there's not people that actually, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they are that stupid. But
no.
I don't like it, but I do like kind of understand where they're coming from, because they're trying to have it be as fair of a fight as possible, which is, you know, kind of goes against everything in the history of Formula One. But if that's how they want to do it, they have a dominant enough car to do that as insurance for when the team fucks up. Retirements are a different fucking thing. And I can't believe that I actually have to say that out loud. It's just, I'm falling for the rage bait, dude. The Lando Norris fan in me has been bottled up for too long, and this race pulled it out. Because I don't know. It's in full. Yeah. I mean, I might go back in a week and completely change my opinion, but I feel like what I've been saying is fair. I don't like that they've done it, but I also respect that they've kept consistent with it.
Imagine if that was for like P1 though. Like this is just for P2. Imagine if it was like the race win.
Well, let me tell you, there was a situation that was exactly like that.
Oh yeah.
True. We don't need to. True. So we don't need to. Did you? What was your reaction at the race?
Well, obviously, because we couldn't hear sort of like the team radio, so we didn't know what was happening, sort of thing. We just heard on like that shit little radio thing that I had saying like, oh, they're gonna be switching the positions back. That's all I heard, switching the positions. And then everyone like around me saying like, what? Why are they switching positions? Why are they switching positions? My girlfriend asked me, why are they switching positions? I've got no idea. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can see that they're the slow pit stop, but I can't hear them. I don't know what's happening. So I just saw it happen, and I was like, oh shit, well, something's going on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was basically it. Like, as you were saying earlier, it's like so limited to what you can know.
Yeah, you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, like even the one thing that I really did miss is just like the team radio. So only one thing, like I missed Verstappen when he reacted to it. That would have been good to hear, but
It was funny.
yeah,
It was very funny.
Yeah.
But when it happened, I mean, I wasn't like jumping up and being like, ref, switch him back. I was just like, God fucking damn it. Like, honestly, my train of thought was like, God damn it. Like, Lando's going to fucking lose P2. And then I was like, well, at least people can say Lando's having terrible luck this season. Because if he...
yeah,
Because I was going to say, like, if Lando wins this championship, assuming they don't swap the positions, I would have been like, this motherfucker's goated. Because I will say,
Yeah.
Lando has 2 DNFs and has generally had, I think it's fair to say, has had worse luck this season. Because the only thing I can think of with Oscar, at least off the top of my head, is Australia in the rain when he spun out.
yeah,
Which is debatably not even luck.
exactly. But apart from that, I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, when in Lando Norris's pit stop, right, the whole grandstand where I was standing, he went in like after 2 seconds, just like silence, just like yeah, whatever. 3-second pit stop, I was thinking, okay. 4-second pit stop, that's when noises were starting to be made. Like, oh. 5-second pit stop, that's when we started cheering, right?
Everyone was cheering.
You know, people standing up. Like,
See, and you're telling me that the Lando hater versus Lando fan, that is not in equilibrium. Everybody in F1 hates Lando Norris.
Yeah, the whole about the 6 seconds, like the whole grandstand was on its feet, like limbs everywhere. Mate, absolute scene.
I just don't get it. Like, I really do need some outside information on why everyone hates Lando Norris still at this point in his career. I really don't understand.
Yeah, I think it's sort of like, you know, I don't want to say you're born into it because, you know, you're not. I don't know. It's just like a certain energy that transpires within certain people.
Yeah, I mean, he is a little baby sometimes, and I understand that makes him an easy punching bag.
No, but you know what it is? Once upon a time, like McLaren, when back in the Norris Sainz days in McLaren, right? I'm not gonna lie, I really rated the guy. I liked him, but as he got better, the better he got, the lesser I liked him, because I think that I just sort of liked him as sort of being like funny guy, you know, not taking it like too seriously. When he started competing against the Ferrari, that's when I was thinking, okay, we can't be friends anymore.
That's fair.
That's sort of like. That's
and
sort of
I don't
my story
like.
behind it.
I don't enjoy being a Lando Norris fan because I understand sometimes when he does stupid shit, I'm just like, this is gonna be a hard one to defend. But
yeah,
I mean, I will be released from my shackles if he wins the championship, because then I'm like, okay, I don't have to be a Lando Norris fan anymore. I'm done. Then I can support Oscar or whoever. I'm obviously always going to support McLaren, but Lando's just been my guy. Yeah. And I can't leave him. I can't leave him. And this is a good lesson in loyalty, because even though I can't stand what he does, I still cannot help but cheer for the guy. It's embedded in me at this point. I can't stop unless he wins a championship.
Yeah, no, I hear that big time.
It's not fun.
Respect.
It's not fun. It's kind of like being a Ferrari fan.
I was gonna say, try being a Ferrari fan.
Yeah. Anyways, let's fucking move on from the McLaren team orders. We've been going for a while. So next up on the list, we have Max Verstappen. First bullet point is a little interesting here. Is he in the championship fight? Zane, what do you think?
As much as I'd like to say yes to make it like a 3-horse race, I think no. I think like the Red Bulls I mean, Max even admitted it himself. Like, it's cut for certain races, such as Monza, and I think across the rest of the championship, it's not going to be the fastest car every weekend. I think Max being in the car definitely helps a lot.
Well,
But
clearly,
realistically, yeah,
Yuki had a
obviously.
shit race this weekend.
Yeah, to say the least. But yeah, I just sort of threw that in there because, I don't know, feeding into my delusions, I suppose.
Yeah, I think it's valid. But I do think it's worth noting that Lando was around 60 points back. Like once it was like crunch time, it was about a 60-point deficit, and everyone was like, "Oh, maybe it'll happen." But like, he would have to do unthinkable things to come back and win this championship.
Yeah,
So-
also because like at that time, then that's when sort of like the Red Bull started declining massively, and the McLaren just built a rocket ship basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's elements to it at that time. I can't. Yeah, I still see McLaren being the fastest car to the end of the season. So
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
as we get closer
much.
to the end where it's like, okay, 2026 is upon us. It's time to hang up the
Yeah.
gloves for 2025, which I'm really
Yeah.
sad that these regulations are ending. I guess this can be a little subplot that we can hit on real quick. I love the look of these cars now. They're too big, but they look beautiful.
Yeah, no. I agree. But I look forward to next year though. It's going to be a completely different Formula One.
Yeah, I just really hope
yeah.
it's not like 2022 in the sense that we have 2 years of domination before the other teams can catch up. I really hope that is
Yeah.
not the case, but I feel like it probably
Yeah.
will be.
Oh, fingers crossed. But
Yeah, we'll see.
can only wait and see. But yeah, on the topic of Verstappen, I don't know if you saw
I have
his
seen.
little side quest that he's going on now, the endurance race at Nuremberg.
Dude, I'm hyped. Also, it's not the Nuremberg Ring. Just Nürburgring.
Educate me then.
Nürburgring.
Oh, Nuremberg.
Yeah.
Because I think of the Nuremberg trials.
Yeah,
that's
I
what it
know.
is.
I saw it when you wrote it down. I was like, oh shit, he spelled it completely wrong. But no, I'm so excited because I think GT racing and endurance in general is one of the most slept on sports, or I guess motorsport forms. And people love it, obviously, but like, especially GT racing. I'm a little slut for GT racing. It's so cool because it's what F1
Yeah.
used to be. The cars are all different and they're all competing against each other and they sound awesome. And
Yeah.
GT cars just look fucking cool. But I am
Exactly.
excited.
I mean, you've got to surely. I mean, I think it's going to be like it's going to be sick. Viewership's going to go up insanely for that. But I think it's a good test as well for him because, like, for me, if you can master sort of like that with GT endurance racing, then you're just sick. Like for me, that's the hardest test in motorsport.
GT
And I
racing?
think, yeah,
Come on.
it's up there.
No.
It's
Come
up there.
on. I would say like
completely-
rally and
Oh, okay.
I would say honestly, like, what's the hardest tests? And the Indy 500 is probably up there.
Yeah.
And then I would say rally above GT racing. I would say LMP1s or what are they called? Hypercars.
Yeah. Yeah.
GT racing is awesome, but there's a reason that like F3 dropouts are in GT cars. Still cool though.
It's,
You
I was
should-
gonna say it's still like a completely different skill that he'd have to sort of. Well, I mean, he'll master it in like 2 laps.
Yeah, well, he's already mastered it on the sim, and Franz Hermann
Exactly,
is
and he got
already a
fastest,
dog.
Yeah.
So I actually suggest to you, Zane, and the viewers, you should claim your I subscribed to GT World on YouTube before Max Verstappen made his debut token. Because that's another great thing about GT World Challenge. Everything's free. They just stream their races on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I watch. I have notifications
cool.
on for GT World because it's like race 2 at VIR. I was like, I'll pop in for like 10 minutes, see what's going on. That's
cool.
fun. I love
That's
GT
cool.
racing, and the 24 Hours of Spa
Yeah.
is the greatest race on this planet. I will say that with confidence. I don't know. I haven't been to Le Mans.
No bias, right?
But well, Yeah, okay. 24 Hours of Spa is a top 5 race that exists on the planet. I am completely confident in saying that.
Yeah, no, I'd be sick to go. It'd be sick to go.
So, anyways, yeah, Max Verstappen is
but
making
yeah.
his GT debut this weekend, right? This upcoming weekend,
Yeah,
in
just
between
some time
Monza and
before
Baku.
Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It'd be fun.
yeah, I'm excited for that. I will definitely be watching it. But on the other side of the F1 spectrum, in terms of drivers, we have George Russell, who we actually have a George Russell quote of the week again. We are so back.
Yeah.
We are so back.
We've never been more back. We've got George Russell coverage in abundance here.
Yeah,
Okay?
you need to take the reins here because I did not see the driver parade. So take the reins here.
Fair enough. So, yeah, 3 points about George Russell this weekend. The first one, okay, if you saw the driver parade, I just found this so funny. Everyone in the stands was just like taking the piss out of him as well. They were speaking to Yuki Tsunoda, like giving like a little interview sort of thing, and in the background, right, you just see George Russell just aura farming like crazy. Okay,
What is he doing?
he was literally just leaning back, right? Like, I'm trying to act out, leaning back on the bus, arms folded like this, playing with his hair, just going like that, just smiling, taking it all in, right? Serving all the looks. Mate, he knew exactly what he was doing. And it was like the most George Russell thing ever.
This fucking
Anyway.
This
it was just such a meme. And then he actually disrespected me fully, right? And
How is that?
I now hold a personal grudge against George Russell for this now. As I was doing the driver parade, they went past us. I was waving to all the drivers. I don't care. There's no sort of like, you can't be nonchalant about this. The drivers come past in the bus, you've got to wave at them, right? Even if they can't see you. They were all waving back, apart from George Russell, right? This idiot, right? This absolute dickhead, right? So rude and ignorant, was just standing there on his phone, waving without even looking, just looking at his phone, playing like Clash Royale, or whatever. I don't know.
Hey, if he was playing Clash Royale, you gotta let that slide. I've been on a huge Clash Royale kick lately.
Bro, I've been grinding all week. Okay?
Really?
I've been
Dude, you
grinding
gotta
all
add
week.
me. We need to play each other.
Okay.
How many trophies you got?
100%. So yeah,
How many trophies you got?
how many trophies? Mate, well listen, I only downloaded it when I came to Italy, so that was on the 4th. So in 5 days, 1,090 trophies.
Okay. Not too bad. Anyways.
You're on 10k, aren't you?
No, almost. I'm at 9,700. Anyways, yeah. So
yeah.
the disrespect, the aura farming on the bus behind Yuki Tsunoda, already a problem. But this fucking interviewer after the race hit us with one of the greatest clips in recent memory in Formula One. The interviewer goes, "How would you describe that race?" What?
I was gonna say, should we act it out maybe?
Yeah. Who do you want to be George Russell?
I can be the interviewer if you want.
Okay.
It's up to you.
All right, I'll be George Russell.
Yeah.
Trying to think if there's any. I don't have any actually.
Any props? Oh God, what is this? Hair gel. Oh, he's gonna have to stay like this for the rest of the podcast as well. I'm not letting this guy have a shower. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, also, why have you got a hair gel so nearby? Like, why is it so close into your vicinity?
It's on my headboard, and I bought this as a joke like 3 years ago. So, all right. Now I'm George Russell on race day.
Crazy look. Anyway, okay. So, wait, I'm going to do the accent as well, I don't care.
All right.
So, George, how was the race?
I'm speechless.
Speechless and speedless.
Oh, yeah, you think you're funny? Yeah, that's a good one. That's basically, all right, end scene. Now I have to wash this out of my hair in like an hour. This is literally like the shittiest hair gel of all time.
Is it gonna like solidify now? And just like
Yeah, it's already solidifying. So I'm showing off my bald ass forehead. So yeah, that was pretty funny, huh? George Russell getting dogged on by this interviewer. I thought it was hilarious. And I saw the clip. It made its rounds on social media. I was like, oh, fuck, that's pretty good. We need more of that. We need more interviewers making fun of the drivers.
Right? That's what I was going to say was the best thing about it. It wasn't George Russell playing up to the camera. It was the camera playing up to George Russell.
Yeah.
Which I love to see.
It's a nice, like, Uno reverse card. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I think it caught him off guard a bit as well. He wasn't really expecting it.
No, not at all. That's why I think it's so good, is because
Yeah.
I keep seeing myself and I'm like, holy fuck, my hair is literally like, it's like I just put a glue stick in my hair.
Yeah, you look like something, but someone, but I'm trying to figure out what it is.
George Russell?
Nah, not George Russell. More like, do you ever watch Full House?
No.
You look like the annoying friend from Full House.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, you look a bit like the girl from Bend It Like Beckham. Actually, if you've ever seen that film.
Is she like? I might have seen it.
Like that.
Isn't she like?
Yeah.
Is she not white?
No. Actually,
I don't think she's
it's
white.
The friend. No, you're right. It's her friend.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think I look like the main character in Bend It Like Beckham. I'll say that much. But anyways, Sainz and Behrman crashing was the only possibility of a safety car the whole time, except Alonso's suspension failure. But yeah, the fact that this is a bullet point just illustrates how fucking horrible this race was, because this was just a one-off little tap from Oliver Behrman, and it actually reminds me exactly what happened. This is actually kind of a deep pull to Kevin Magnussen when he got his race ban. It was basically a carbon copy of this situation with Ollie Behrman. Gasly's coming on the outside, closes the door on Kevin. Kevin locks up, hits Gasly just a little bit, and they don't even spin in his instance, but that's basically what happened with Behrman. He went down the inside. Carlos kind of shut the door on him, and they hit each other and they spun. I don't think you can put blame on either of them. I think it's a racing incident.
How do you remember that? How have you managed to pull that out? Magnussen and Gasly. In what year? Like
24, last year.
Okay.
Last year in Monza at turn 4, it was the exact same situation. Gasly coming in from the outside. Dude, I got wheel knowledge, bruh.
I was going to say, that's excellent wheel knowledge.
Thank you.
There.
Thank you. And now Oliver Behrman is 2 penalty points away from a race ban.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Pretty mad. And I feel bad for him as well. Because
my hands are so sticky. I'm sorry.
Dug your own grave here, to be honest with you.
Huh?
I said you dug your own grave here, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but I had to. I mean, now my hair kind of looks like George Russell.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like respect for the, for the grafting here, for grinding for the back markers.
I had to do it for the bit. I knew this was on my headboard, so I was like, fuck it, because I literally use this as a decoration, just because it's the stupidest looking hair gel I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's pretty funky.
It's pretty funky, but
pretty
had to do it for the bit. Anyways, yeah, continue. What were you saying about this Behrman Sainz incident?
Yeah, I mean, as you were saying, it's just like the only crazy thing that happened race-wise. Oh, crazy, you know what I mean? Like this would have been like the most average thing to happen in like the British Grand Prix this year. You know what I mean? Like we wouldn't even been speaking about it. But yeah, I mean, the only thing that sort of caused a bit of a speaking point about it, which is going to be sort of like a little collegium that I'm going to do here, is Rosberg. I don't know if you saw him doing like the Sky coverage.
I don't think I did. So this is actually news to me as well.
Okay, yeah, and that was pretty funny. Like the people like on the broadcast with him were trying to like defend Sainz, saying like, "Oh yeah, but it was just like it was an incident that it wasn't Sainz's fault. He didn't deserve to get like whatever. Like Behrman didn't deserve the penalty. It was sort of like something that could have been avoided." And then Rosberg goes, "Avoided by who?" And they just refuse to answer. And he goes, "Sainz! See, I knew it." And just love Rosberg. Which brings me on to the point of yeah, Rosberg in general, what a guy. Like when we went to the podium, he was there like doing the coverage still. And I don't know I don't know why we had this love for him in Italy. Like Rosberg and Italian fans just go like hand in hand. And bear in mind, he's done like nothing for Ferrari, nothing in terms of, you know,
Well, I actually
realistically.
think that there was one time he either won or was on the podium at Monza and they were booing him, and then he just started saying shit in Italian and they were like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I vaguely remember that shit. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean
yeah,
he's a great presenter. I
yeah.
I cherish
Everyone,
Nico
everyone
Rosberg.
loved him. Everyone loved him. We were all like chanting, going Nico, 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 and he like turned around. He was loving it. I've got like this whole TikTok that I'm gonna
That's
post on it
sick.
soon.
That's sick.
But yeah, no, he loved it. He's just sort of like, you know, when Ricardo came back to Formula One as Red Bull's ambassador. That's literally what he's doing, but for Formula One at this point. Just like he just loves it. He just gets along with everyone. Everyone loves him. So yeah, Rosberg. He's arguably the GOAT of this season, to be honest with you.
Honestly, yeah,
Who would have thought?
he's been a fantastic interviewer. Other than the guy who
Yeah,
said speechless and speedless, I think they're fighting for
yeah.
number one right
Give him
now.
a raise.
But let's get into the Scuderia here. Now,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go wash my hands. I'm gonna give you the floor, and you can have your Ferrari time. Okay, I'll be right back.
appreciate that. Ferrari time, I love that. God, he's really fucked up his hair, and he poor guy. Anyway, Ferrari. Yeah, I mean, what's there to say? Like going into the race weekend, if you're thinking, Zane, did you really think they were gonna win? Yeah, I really think they did. Like, obviously, not excluding Hamilton's penalty, whatever. I was thinking we actually got a chance here. You know what I mean? Like, we were low key cooking a little bit in Hungary. Like, something was there, but you know, double DNF happened, whatever. So I was looking forward to this Grand Prix. I'd like, you know what? I didn't want to sort of like jinx it too much, although I made like several videos saying that we were going to win. But yeah, like the hope was there. Lewis, as we were saying beforehand, first Monza in red, blue, you know what I mean? Like, still in red though, being Ferrari. And he was loving it. I was just so happy for him. Like, for him, even if he didn't win, even if he got a DNF, it would have been a dub weekend for him, you know what I mean? But yeah, I was happy for him. Like, he got the full experience, which I loved. Race steady, you know what I mean? Like, he had a decent race. Let's like cut to the chase here. He was sort of like fucked at the beginning with the penalty, but you know, he made up for himself. Like, he did what he was set out to do. Let's talk about the Ferrari merch as well. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not much of a fashionista myself, but it was pretty cool. The blue, whatever, blue, like, changed colour. I'm not too great with changing, like, Ferrari changing colour. I'm not a big fan of it. Like, for me, just stick to the red. But I did like the logo. You see, like, the square original logo? That was sick. The Ferrari jacket. God, raw. You know what I mean? Sick. It was so hot. Like, you know, like the obviously red, and you know, like the lines just look so sick. The car itself, I actually really liked it. You know, like the whole white top thing. I really liked it. Because I knew that we'd have like a new livery for this race. And I was thinking, like, if it's just going to be like shitty blue for HP, I'm not too great with it. You know what I mean? But the white Falauda, chef kiss, amazing. Yeah, so I genuinely thought we'd win. We didn't. But yeah, and then I suppose what was after, like the whole track invasion, like basically just like Ferrari fans doing that. That was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, when I was there, and there was just like, you know, you get like the odd Red Bull McLaren fan there, just like underneath the podium on Monza, and I'm thinking fuck this guy, man. So I'm not saying like I physically abused anyone, but just like the odd elbow, like little kick towards like the back of the hill, you know what I mean? I just pulled a couple of them. I don't know, like real damage was done. I mean, there were ambulances on site anyway, so if things were to get Larry, you know, they would have been taken care of. But yeah, the invasion itself was pretty sick. We obviously just had like going on there, people pushing left, right, and center. It was just like chaos. It was chaotic. And obviously, I was trying to like get like good pictures for the Instagram at the same time. You know what I mean? But realistically, it is a bit tough.
Call Zane Sewell on WhatsApp.
Insert very elaborate transition here.
Okay. So for the viewers, I went and let Zane have Ferrari time, and I came back and come to find out Discord is having an outage right now. So fill me in, and I don't even know. I mean, we were recording the whole time, so tell me about what happened in Ferrari time.
Yeah, I mean, I was just explaining how, I thought we was actually going to win, but I'm just going to cover it in bullet points. I thought it was going to win, and I was genuinely convinced about it. Our merch was pretty sick, and I would actually make out with that red jacket. Number 3, during the invasion, I purposely physically insulted some of the McLaren and Red Bull fans that I just walked by.
Wait, did you just like shoulder check him a little bit?
Yeah, no, not that deep. Just like, because obviously it was like full of people, right? And I'm gonna sound like a little bitch right now, but I don't care. And I was just giving like a couple, the odd one of them, like a little like kick at the back of the hill sort of thing, because they are lethal, to be honest with you. But like where it's like full of people, you can get away with it. You can get away with it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so
It's kind of crazy work. I won't lie. That's you were on demon time.
yes, it's like stay like clear of me. Steer clear of me if you see me in public, because like you don't really want to catch these fists. To be honest with you, like I ain't
Yeah,
trying
I mean,
to.
you're a pretty threatening guy.
Yeah, exactly. Like I ain't trying to, give God or Satan any visitors anytime soon. So that's just where the cookie crumbles, to be honest with you. And yeah, that's it. That's what I've got for Monza this week, to be honest.
Yeah, it was pretty much a snoozer. So, without further ado, I don't really have much else to talk about. So, Zane, do you wanna take the outro here?
Yeah, I can do, mate. I can raw dog the outro one time. Yeah, subscribe on YouTube, like, comment, send it to your mum. Spotify. Can you like things on Spotify?
Yeah, you can give it a like.
Yeah.
You can save it.
Exactly. You can like, say,
Rate 5
comment.
stars on Spotify. Rate 5 stars on Apple Music.
Yeah, rate. I was just gonna say that, to be honest with you. Rate 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Music. You can also leave comments as well. Like if you want to have like when Graham at the beginning says like, "Oh, shout out to such and such who rated us 5 stars and said this." If you want your words to come out of his glorious mouth, you know what to do. You know what to do. Just leave us a little nice comment. Let us know. What your favorite ice cream flavor is, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's it from me.
That's it from me. So, see you guys in the next one.
See you.